This news update is brought to you by...
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Yes, your sun power.
This is the 6 p.m. Barbados Today update for Tuesday, February the 4th, 2014. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. The National Union of Public Workers says it's just as much in the dark as ordinary Barbadians about which government workers are losing their jobs. General Secretary Dennis Clark says he still has no list, and apart from the National Housing Corporation and the drainage unit workers, has no idea who else is going and when. He spoke to the media today following a meeting with NHC workers at its union's headquarters on Dalkeith Road. Asked about the plight of some families which have seen both breadwinners going home, Clark says they could have a case for reinstatement.
And up until yesterday, we had sole breadwinners from National Housing Corporation here. So we would have made representation via the telephone on those behalf, and we just giving them a few more days because we expect a correction to this situation.
Meantime, more than 130 workers of the Ministry of Transport and Works were laid off today. Former Prime Minister Owen Arthur is crying shame on banks that have stopped giving credit to temporary government workers on the heels of public sector layoffs.
That is the only thing that they should not be saying. They should be saying that we now want to meet with the private sector to discuss financial innovation. And unless that happens, Barbados is going to be in a very, very terrible situation.
Speaking to reporters before going into Parliament this morning, Arthur said the private sector has to do more to help Barbados out of its current economic crisis.
The private sector itself must put down in one place before the country what are the elements that together implemented will allow for private sector growth and development. That has to be done. And rather than the private sector just responding to government, the private sector itself has to come forward. And so these are the things that will, at this time, given the constraints, suffice to enable us to have private sector growth and development.
Another time when hundreds just unemployed are looking for work, there's news that hundreds of people seeking training for new jobs are being turned away. Director of the Barbados Vocational Training Board, Henderson Thompson, says a lack of space is preventing people from getting into training for a range of programs, including electrical installation, plumbing, masonry, and cosmetology.
We don't have enough space. We just have the one classroom here, and it limits us. It limits us to what we can offer. Let's say we have 100 people applying, we can only take in 20 people for cosmetology. In fact, I might be stretching it as much as only 16. But we're turning back too many numbers, and then it's multiplying year after year.
Thompson was speaking to Barbados Today after the opening of a new wing at one of the board's facilities, the C. Loma Allen Resource Center in Sears Court, Christchurch. Barbados is celebrating yet another centenarian. He's George Hamilton Allen of Hopewell in Christchurch. He got a visit today from the Governor General's aide, Captain Carlos Lovell, and family and friends. He's thanking God for helping him reach the milestone and gave a bit of advice to people who want to reach his age.
They're right in the sight of God and man, and he was doing right.
In sports, former Barbados cricket captain Kirk Edwards believes his strong personality is rubbing those in cricket officialdom in the wrong way. And that, he says, is why he's found himself in his latest dilemma, kicked out of the Barbados squad for the Nagico Super 50 tournament. Edwards spoke to Barbados Today before practicing in the nets at Kensington Oval. Despite being cast aside, the 29-year-old, who was also stripped of the captaincy last month, says he's still committed to representing Barbados and will be training hard every day to be prepared for the time when he's called on again. You can read more on what Kirk Edwards has to say in this evening's e-paper and on our website and Facebook page.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Kesha Sun Power.
We turn to the region now. The Dominican Republic will present new legislation to Parliament on February the 27th to address the Constitutional Court ruling that denies citizenship to children of Haitian migrants in the Spanish-speaking country. A joint statement issued at the end of the latest round of talks between the Dominican Republic and Haitian officials indicate that progress had been made on some of the contentious issues between the two countries. Further afield, 16 underage girls were rescued from 6 traffickers in the run-up to last week's Super Bowl in the United States. The police in 4 states also arrested 45 pimps and their associates. The FBI detailed the arrests today after teaming up with state and local law enforcement officials to develop intelligence about the movement of the pimps and the prostitutes into the vicinity of the Super Bowl. That's our 6 p.m. update. Join us again at 7 tomorrow morning. Until then, log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and like us on Facebook to get more news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph.
This news update is brought to you by
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Kesha Sun Power.